Real quick, I want to talk about former hotties, not over 30, but over 40, that still can't hang on to a man. You ever see these girls out there? They're still attractive, right? You can tell they were pretty hot back in the day, but they're still attractive. Still got a really pretty face. They're now in their 40s, and you might think to yourself, why is this chick single? How come she has no man? Why is she alone? There's a reason for that, okay? There's a reason for that. And you know what? 99.9% of the time, the reason is not good, right? That is a red flag in itself. When you have a chick who is that attractive, still single in her 40s, there is a reason why, guys. Okay? Do not kid yourself and think that you found like the gold nugget that nobody else seemed to pick up. You just saw it there. It was just laying there like a, like a briefcase full of cash. Nobody picked it up. Oh, I'm the lucky one. No, you're not. There's a reason why nobody picked that up. Okay? There is a reason why. So whenever you see these former hotties over 40, now they're like just storming the dating sites. They're storming these dating apps out there just, sadly trying to compete with the 21-year-olds. Sadly, just, it's just so sad, right? But there is a reason why this chick is still single in her 40s. The reason why she can't hang on to a man and could never hang on to a man to the point where she's still single is the fact that she just has too much ego, too overbearing, too much of a ball buster, too hypergamous, can't keep her feet at home, always has to run out to the clubs, run out to the venues. Now she's too old for the clubs and venues. Some of these girls actually still go. It's embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves. They still go to the clubs. And I hear these 21-year-old girls totally make fun of them too. Like, it's insane. Like, these girls just told like, oh my God, what are my grandmas doing here? What are my aunties doing here? Oh, what are they even doing here? It's embarrassing. These 21-year-old girls who have now taken your place. These former hotties that are over 40, man, huge red flag. If you think women over 30 are damaged goods and just have their own red flags, man, wait till these chicks turn 40 and are still single. That should tell you, man, because even these chicks in their 30s, right, who become the DG, some of these girls still find a guy. They find some beta sucker to marry them up. They could still throw that Hail Mary in sudden death overtime and win the game. If they're still hot, they can still pull that off. But imagine this chick blowing it in her 20s, blowing it in her 30s, which is basically sudden death overtime for these females. Now she's in her 40s, still single. You have to ask yourself, why is this chick still single? You have to understand that if you get involved with this chick, it's just not going to go well, right? You might have a little fun in the beginning. Hey, every hot chick is fun in the beginning, right? When you're in that honeymoon phase. But once you get beyond that, you're going to be like, what was I thinking? Why did I waste my time? This chick is a train wreck. This chick is a nightmare. This chick's a single mom. This chick has multiple kids from several different fathers. What am I doing here? Right? What am I doing here? So you have to understand there's a reason why these chicks are over 40 and still single. It's because no man, even as fine as they were back in the day, even the little bit of hotness they still have that they're clinging on to with both hands with a kung fu grip, even with that, no guy wants to commit long term. No guy is dumb enough to stick around. And for most of these guys, I mean, she might even be cutting them off. That's how like insane these chicks are. This is why they're still single. They're so delusional, thinking that they're still 21 years old, that they still have all sorts of time to cut these guys off. And then these chicks end up being 50, still in the same position. 60, still in the same position. 70, still in the same position. All right? Never were able to hang on to a man. They could never just shut their trap. Could never just keep their feet at home. That's a big one. A lot of these former hotties in their 40s, a big reason for this is because they couldn't keep their feet at home. Always need to go out. Gotta go with my girlfriend. Oh, having a birthday party at the club. She's having her birthday at the club again. She does it every year. It's like, why does this bitch have a birthday party at the club? It's so pathetic. But those are the type of chicks, no surprise, even my ex from 2006. Where's that chick? Still single. damaged goods. 2 kids, 2 different fathers. Now she's got all this like really, really disgusting, very creepy, like lip injections and Botox she's putting in her face. Really, really creepy. Really sad because she didn't need to do that. She just was naturally beautiful, and it's just sad when girls go that route. Living in LA, you see a lot of girls like that too, and you can tell she's had work done. And a lot of these girls that do that to their face, they really destroy their faces. They destroy their natural beauty. And I always tell the girls that follow me, even some of the older women like in their 30s, and believe it or not, I do have some followers who are in their 30s and 40s, females who follow me, support me, they're married. They ask me like, hey, what do you think about lip injections? What do you think about Botox? At my age, will it keep my husband more attracted? And da-da-da. And I always tell them, don't do that. Just age gracefully. I'm like, just age gracefully. Try to stay as feminine as you can. I know as you get older, naturally, your tendency is to become more masculine. Don't. Try to go in the opposite direction. Try to become more feminine, right? That guy won't go anywhere. If you stay feminine, if you like continue to smell good, pick out the perfect perfume, rub his back, just be a good woman, keep your feet at home, be supportive, that guy ain't going nowhere, right? Don't do the Botox. Don't inject anything into your lips where you're going to look like you have duck lips. That stuff is creepy and it scares kids. My ex from 2006 just injected her face with all this stuff. Now she looks like the Terminator. Like literally, she looks like the Terminator. It's like, why did you do this? You didn't have to do that. I mean, if she was with me, I would have told her, don't do that. You look great. You know, you're just age gracefully. As I tell my female subscribers, just age gracefully. That's the best you can do. Don't get the fake titties. That's another sign that you're desperate. I mean, these are all just signs that you're desperate for attention. You get the fake titties, you get the lip injections, the collagen injections, the Botox. I mean, you literally look like a cyborg with like 2 big baseballs in your shirt. And it's funny, whenever girls get these fake boobs, they get a whole new wardrobe of shirts that accentuate their boobies. Like, oh, I gotta show off my investment. But really, all you're gonna do is just attract more low-value guys with fake tits. I mean, yeah, to me, they're just creepy. They're gross. A lot of times you'll end up having problems with those later on in life. But yeah, that's another thing my ex from 2006 did. She got fake boobs, lip injections, Botox, collagen. It's sad, so sad, because this girl was like so naturally beautiful. It was insane. So sad. So sad. It's so depressing. And even though I have like no emotional attachment to her whatsoever, it's so sad to see that, because I've seen other women do that too. And it's so sad. It's like, why did you have to do this? Even some like actresses that I've seen in the past that I was like, oh, that actress is so fine. And then she goes and does all this like crap to her face and gets all this plastic surgery and then does these like titty implants. It's just disgusting. It creeps me out and it scares kids at the end of the day. But make no mistake, guys, these former hotties over 40 that are still single are single for a reason. They're still on the shelf for a reason. I've said this before, just like when you go to Walmart and you go to the clearance rack and you see this item that was once $200, now they've cut it down by like 90%. Now it's like $5-10 and it's sitting on the clearance rack. And you're like, even at $5-10, you're looking at it going, why is this $5-10? Even when you were willing to buy it at $200 at one point, now you're like, why is this thing only $5 or $10? What's wrong with it? They can't hang on to a man. Okay, plain and simple. And unfortunately, these girls 10 years from now, when they're in their 50s, they'll be in the same boat. That's even worse, where these former hotties in their 50s, still single, can't hang on to a man. Unbelievable. These chicks are like still out there trying to compete with the 21, 22-year-olds that are basically, they could be their granddaughters, for Pete's sake. It's so sad, so pathetic. This is why I tell you girls, when you're in your 20s and you're at the peak of your SMV and you're at the peak of your physical attractiveness, you just got to focus on locking down that high-value guy and being happy. Okay? You got to cut the ego once in a while. You got to shut up once in a while. Acting like such a dude. Stop trying to compete with him and everything. Stop trying to bring him down and piss on him every chance you get. Stop breaking his balls. You know, just act like a woman for once in a while, right? Just act like a supportive, good woman once in a while. And most of all, keep your feet at home. Stop running off to the clubs every weekend. Stop running off with your stupid girlfriends who are trying to drag you, out to these venues where you could meet other guys. Stop listening to these girls, because they're going to end up in the same boat as the women we're talking about right now. In their 40s and their 50s, alone, single, now getting bitter towards men because, it was their own fault. They're getting bitter towards and angry towards guys because they're not paying attention to them anymore. That's your fault, girl. That's your fault. Okay? And one of the biggest reasons why, like I said, is because you can't keep your feet at home. Constantly going out there, constantly thinking you could do better, get the BBD, the grass is greener on the other side, maybe I could replace him, shiny object syndrome. And then, next thing you know, you wake up, you're no longer 21 years old, now you're 51 years old. You're in the same boat. Now you can't get those high value guys. You could barely get low value guys to pay attention to you. And now you have to settle for a lot of those guys. If you want sex, you just have to settle for these low value dudes. Don't you? Because you can't get the high value guy anymore. So now you're stuck. All because of your ego, your inability to keep your feet at home, your inability to shut your trap every once in a while. Just be a good woman. Just be supportive. Stop yapping away in your man's ear. Stop breaking his balls. Stop putting him down, disrespecting him. Stop doing shit like that. Running off to happy hour. That's how you end up being 40s, damaged goods. Still single, can't hang on to a man. No man wants that, no matter how hot you are. These guys end up taking off on you. They just end up leaving, or you lose interest in them because, they're not abusing you enough. They're not pissing on you enough. Because a lot of these girls who are in their 40s and 50s that are former hotties that are still single, the reason why is they like these abusive guys. Emotionally abusive, cheating on them, like flaking on them, ghosting them. Like sleeping with multiple girls, behind their back, using them for money, rides. They like that abusive shit. They piss on the nice guys who wanted to, basically take care of them, marry them off. They blew that opportunity. So don't feel sorry for them. They did it to themselves. That is how these chicks end up being still single, like well into their 40s and 50s, even though they were hot at one point, even though they're still kind of attractive, even for their age. Still can't hang on to a man. Still can't hang on to a man. And you know whose fault that is? It's theirs. So don't feel sorry for them, right? Don't feel sorry for them. So if you've had any experiences of your own with these former hotties over 40s, maybe even in their 50s, feel free to drop that comment below. Share your story. Share your experience running into these former hotties, these delusional former hotties who are still trying to compete with the 21-year-olds who still think their value's all the way up here, even though the only guys who are paying attention to them are thirsty betas and low-value males. Go ahead and share your story below. I would love to hear about it. Drop that comment below. I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here from my garage with the DeLorean. And don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you subscribe. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well, so it helps with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, same exact type of women that myself and my students all over the world are out there cold approaching every single day. And I kid you not, every single day we're making things happen, and I want you to join us. I want you to become one of us. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons from me. It's just $1. It's really easy to sign up. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you could get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.